I think like Draven is something that the teams that we're gonna play against Pen Gaming need to watch out. You can't just like blind Kai'Sa. You need to they maybe we got Draven. Okay, we can blind Kai'Sa, but we need to think more about the rest of the comp to play maybe against a Draven.
Hi everyone, it's Tom reporting again from the MSI warm-up, and today I'm going to be talking about the CBLOL with Eric Teixeira, who is the founder of Mais Esports Brazil, one of the largest Brazilian esports sites there is, and he is going to tell us everything there is to know about paiN Gaming. But before that, Eric, how have you been doing?
Yeah, I'm really well. I'm excited for MSI. It's a really nice tournament, and I'm really happy that we're gonna have MSI this year because we couldn't get our MSI last year, unfortunately. Sorry. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, same man. Well, I started following League more just after MSI 2019, so I haven't seen like an MSI with full knowledge quite yet. Obviously, I've seen a few matches afterwards, but they're not living in the hype. So that's going to be super exciting. But yeah, we're going to be talking about paiN Gaming, who obviously weren't the representatives at Worlds last year, where INTZ played. So there's a new champion going to be on the stage with new players. Tell me about heading into the spring split. Were there big roster moves for paiN Gaming?
So paiN Gaming had only one roster move on the players. They changed their support Eza. There is a Brazilian guy for Lucy. Lucy is a Korean. So a lot of people were, and me as well, I was one of them, was like thinking, why you change one Brazilian player and put a Korean one that already was playing here? So Eza was a really good player. He had like a really good split last year. Like paiN Gaming was the runner-up from INTZ. So they changed Eza for Lucy. And a lot of people was thinking that's a really bad decision. There is some memes going on that some players from paiN Gaming, like Tinoz and Carioca, they are not, how can I say, they are not used to talk in English. So they don't have like a really good English. So it's hard for them to communicate in English during the game. So we had like a lot of comments like this going on during the off season. When the split started, so paiN Gaming didn't have like a really good start. So how can I say? A lot of people were
felt,
thinking,
reassured in their opinion that the move was bad.
Yeah, the move was bad. Everybody was thinking, oh my god, this move was really bad. The players can communicate in English. You guys just made like a really big like move. It was only one player, but changed everything because now the players need to talk in English, etc., etc., etc. But paiN Gaming was like just improving every single week, and
then
here they are. Yeah, here they are.
Yeah, we'll talk more at length about their split in particular. But heading into the split, because of that roster move, paiN Gaming, they weren't expected to win the split. They were they?
No, they were expecting.
Oh,
yeah. Like paiN Gaming, they have like a lot of really good players. Like so Robo, he already like won, I don't know, some CBLOLs. I think this is his third CBLOL. They have like BRTT. BRTT like is the biggest Brazilian pro player in League of Legends. He won like the CBLOL already 6 times. So they have like the most, how can I say, the most famous and the most hyped player. There is BRTT. Tinoz is
like a star lineup.
Best, yeah. And Tinoz is like he has been like the best mid laner or sometimes the best player in Brazil for quite a long time. He has kind of a rivalry with Envy. They both like was like every split they already play against each other. We have kind of this rivalry, I think so, because Envy is also really good. And also Carioca is like he seems like a rookie jungler. He's not rookie. It was not his first split, but he's really young and he's also really good. So we had a lot of hype. So going on about Carioca, like last year he bootcamped on Europe, and he got second. He got second in the challenger ladder. Yeah, he couldn't he couldn't get first because Caps was there. Like, yeah. but Carioca, he had like only 1 month. I think I don't remember how much time, and he was really good. And there's like one clip that it was viral in Brazil. Was like Jankos playing against Carioca, and Carioca was like destroying Jankos in the jungle, like killing Jankos and counter ganking Jankos, doing a lot of things.
Right.
And Jankos was like saying his stream that, hey, this guy is ghosting me and stuff. Like, but Carioca wasn't ghosting. He's really good. So yeah, he's a really good player. And so if you see like the whole team, the whole lineup, paiN Gaming, a lot of people was like putting a lot of hope on them. But when the split started, like in the first 2 weeks, this hope was like just going smaller and smaller. And other teams like Flamengo was getting more hype. Other like Vorax as well. They got like a lot of hype because they evolved so much during the regular phase. And when the playoffs came in, paiN Gaming was like the team that had the most, how can I say, they have the most improvement during the playoffs. You know, they didn't like left the regular phase as like the best team. When we stopped the regular phase, everybody was thinking like, hey, Flamengo is not that good in right now. Vorax is maybe the best team in Brazil. Loud is a team that has potential, and we are not talking a lot about paiN Gaming. So
right.
I
were
saw
there,
like,
but not in consideration for the title.
Yeah, like they always are in consideration for the title because of the brand, because of the players, etc. But when the analysts, the people, when we saw, this is really hard for paiN to win. You know, it's really hard for them. But they have like a really like during the playoffs, they grew like so much how they got how big was their improvement. And the one thing that is really nice is like the first series, the first BO5, they had like 3 BO5s to be champions. So the first BO5 was against Loud, and we already started the day with a lot of, how can I say, crew supporters and fans rivalry, because they are both teams that they have like a lot of fans. So they were like fighting. The fans are like fighting each other to see which team will get more we get more tweets, you know, like go paiN or go Loud. They were like literally
all about the
like
hashtags.
about the hashtags. They were like competing like really, and it was like a really great rivalry. We can saw that. And also start the game, Loud just made 2-0 during the BO5, and paiN Gaming just did the reverse sweep. You know, the reverse sweep. They just got 3-2, and like when was like 2-0 for Loud, everybody was just thinking, oh my god, this is gonna be a 3-0. It's impossible to paiN win, just to paiN Gaming win, etc., etc. Like a Loud Academy player, he tweeted something saying the BRTT need to retire.
Oh boy.
And yeah, it was too soon. Yeah.
Yes.
It was too soon.
Yeah,
And
well, we had something similar in EU, obviously, when Rogue went up 2-0 against Mad Lions, and Mad Lions completed the first reverse sweep. But talking about paiN Gaming Spring Split, you say heading into the playoffs, all of a sudden they improved a lot. So what did they improve on? What was going wrong for them during the regular split? Was it not finding the right champion? Was it the laning phase that was going wrong? Did they have a wrong read on the meta? What went wrong and what shifted? What went better in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like in the beginning of the split, we can feel like they were, how can I say, they were just letting Robot trying to play alone. You know, Robot was like, I don't know, hey, try to do whatever you want there. And Robot was playing like a lot of tanks in a matter that we wouldn't have tanks yet. You know, like we just got the tanks like in the final of the split, like in those, like, I don't know, last month.
Yeah.
So Robot was like trying to play Shogun and Sion before everyone else, and trying to like survive the laning phase was really hard for him. And Carioca was trying to play a lot for bot lane, trying to, I don't know, make BRTT get more resources and etc. They were not paying a lot of attention on the Rift Herald. So like paiN Gaming was kind of a mess this time, and Robo was like the victim every game, you know. Like
Okay.
Robo was always alone, and people are like killing Robo and killing Robo again, etc. And a lot of comments going for Robo. A lot of fans like complaining that Robo is dying too much, etc. So they trying to change. Like Robo started to pick some carry picks, like some picks that better for laning phase, like Irelia, Camille. After he started like to play Nara, etc. And Carioca was like helping more Robo and helping like he was not only playing for Robo, you know, but sometimes he was there for this time. Like we had like a lot of games that he was never there, and so Carioca becoming like Carioca and Tinoz, they are like the two pillars for this team. Like Tinoz is really good mechanically. He has a really strong laning phase. So both started to playing more together. Like Tinoz and Carioca, they started more. I don't know, Tinoz getting some pressure and start roaming with Carioca. They starting to understand better the meta, and so Open Gaming just started to win more games. But yet they're not like in the final level. When they got to playoffs, they changed their picks. You know, they started to pick some better picks. I think that they like their draft was like way better. Like I was talking with my friend Biel, is another streamer. He was remembering there is a game like paiN was trying to play with Ion, Rumble, and Blitzcrank, like a lot of difficult things to execute in this meta, you know, like a lot of range champion, like us with champions, melee champions, you know, a lot of melee champions. Yeah, you need like to go with your chest and try to win every single battle. And it was a really like hard to execute draft. And so the next week we saw like paiN Gaming getting so better drafts, you know, getting more mage control for Tinos, trying to use Robo as a carry more often, you know. They were like improving their drafts, and also like they were putting BRTT with some carry, but like some picks like Jinx like came really good for BRTT, because BRTT and Lucy, they have like a really good laning pressure. And if you got like laning pressure with your bot lane, and you have like Tinoz winning the lane in the mid lane, and you have like Robo with a counter pick in the top lane, the game is already too easy, and everything just depends to Carioca do the right choices where he's going to go. And Carioca did the right choices, you know. So when they come into playoffs, they like they how can I say, they get this really better. Like VRTT played a lot of Jinx on the finals, I think. He started playing Jinx. He played also against Jinx in some games, but they really figured out how to use this. And also they played some Draven as well. So they find a way to they find a way like to let VRTT and Lucy in the bot lane. If there is a window to try to dive, etc., they will dive. They will try to snowball in the bot lane, but this is not the only way they can do it, you know. So sometimes Carioca is going to the top lane, etc. I think like they have like a one way game before, and today they have like more possibilities to do in the map. And also when they discover some champions, there is really good to BRTT be like more alone sometimes. When I don't know, Lucy can go to the Rift Herald battle, you know, like a skirmish, and BRTT can just be in the bot lane getting some plates. They're starting to do this like in a better way, I think, in a more, how can I say, in a more smart way with the some specific champions. Like if you do this with Jinx, like I don't know, you lost the Rift Herald, maybe you can pick someone, maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you lost someone, but I don't know, you got some pressure in mid lane and you hit a little bit of the mid lane tower, and you also got some plates for a Jinx in the bot lane. It's really great, you know?
Yeah. So it sounds like throughout the split, as a team, paiN Gaming improves, like playing together more, understanding how they want to play the game, and also figuring out what to actually play when, later on, fortunately, tanks in the top lane became the meta, so that thing was sorted. But as a whole, overall, in every role. Now, obviously, MSI is a different caliber tournament. There's the best teams from every region, except, of course, VCS, unfortunately, won't make it again. But um, even though the team has improved, what are some of the weaknesses you still see with the team that might come to haunt them at MSI? What do you think? Okay, this is going to be a potential hurdle for them when competing against these best teams.
Mm, when I saw like the last games from paiN Gaming in like in the finals, for example, I see like paiN Gaming sometimes it's still like you can't. How can I say this? Like Vorax, they had some games that they were getting like the Rift Herald and they were like snowballing a little bit in gold, you know. So I think like there is two ways I think to win against paiN Gaming. The first one is for you like really get the Rift Herald, really like get the first tower. I don't know where, but just snowballing gold, and you can lose like the two first dragons and whatever. In the third dragon, you are way far from your enemy, and you can just win every dragon fight. Or you can't like let Carioca to like control. How can I say? I think like you need to. I think like Carioca and Team, as I said, like Carioca and Team was the key players, but I think like Carioca is clear like the key player. You know, you can like. I think like if Carioca is having a good game, he can he put like paiN Gaming in advantage, you know. And one thing that they did a lot is like have a really good Drake control. So as I said, they don't get a lot of Rift Heralds, but the Heralds, but they got a lot of the Drakes. So they played a lot around the Drakes. So I think I don't know. I think you just need to stop Carioca to like controlling the Drake area for so long, you know?
Yeah, he can dictate the pace of the game and change how everything. All right, now obviously don't just want to talk about the weaknesses, but also about the strengths. I think you've also already touched a bit on it now. So, but to reiterate, what are the core strengths of paiN Gaming heading into MSI, and not just in terms of players, but power picks maybe that people can look out for.
Okay, so I think we had a lot of bans in Carioca Lilia, and it's a common ban here in Brazil already. He was like the most target ban, like I think
wow,
like in paiN Gaming, you know, not the Lilia itself, but like paiN Gaming, I saw a lot of target bans in Carioca. Like we can't let him play Lilia, we can't let him play Olaf. You have some like those two picks, and people don't want him to play. Also, like we have a lot of Ujir and Hecarim bans because of the meta, and maybe like I don't know how it's gonna be the meta in MSI because Hecarim just got a huge nerf.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to be. I think like Kai'Sa is another power pick the paiN really loves to play. Like BRTT, he really loves to play Kai'Sa. He's really good at Kai'Sa. And when he plays against Kai'Sa, he can pose the Draven. He likes to, I think he loves this matchup, like Draven against Kai'Sa. It's really common for us like to see he playing Draven. And when we have like a really difficult situation, you know, like it's do or die, it's win or go home, you know. He always like get the Draven. He likes to do that. Like when they were losing for 2-0 from to Loud, they got Draven in the third game, you know. They didn't got Draven for the fourth or fifth game, but they got in the third game. Like it was like the game that
bring them back.
I don't know,
yeah
change the curse of the history, you know. So I think like Draven is something that the teams that we're gonna play against paiN Gaming need to watch out, you know. You can't just like blind Kai'Sa. You need to, okay, they maybe we got Draven, okay, we can blind Kai'Sa, but we need to think more about the rest of the comp to play maybe against a Draven, etc. And I think maybe those picks, they play a lot of TF, Twisted Fate for team,
Right.
for Tinos.
Mhm.
They really like to
I
play
think Twisted
TF.
Fate in general is just a very popular champion because you can roam
Yeah,
around
like
the map.
Robo.
And,
Yeah, Robo and Tinos, they have like a really huge champion pool, I think. They can play a lot of things like, but Tinos played a lot of Galio, TF. He played Zoe. His Zoe is really good.
Mhm.
He played Silas really well. He has a really big champion pool. And also Lucy really likes to play Alistar. His Alistar is really good as well. So it's another pick that people are banning in the playoffs against Pen Gaming, like almost every single game.
Right.
And I think, I don't know, this if I got like the 5 power picks just to finish,
Yeah.
I will go with Alistar,
Mm-hmm.
Draven, Lilia, Olaf, and maybe Twisted Fate. I think those 5.
All right. Well, we'll be on the lookout for that. To round up, obviously, the expectations I would say from many people for CBLOL and for paiN Gaming aren't that high on the international stage. We saw them not do very well at Worlds. They ended last in the group, I think, just behind Mad Lions. This is obviously a new team. There's different players. But they are in a group with Mad Lions again. They're with PSG Talent, who will be missing their bot laner, so that will hurt them a bit. They're also in the group with Istanbul Wildcats, so we'll get the Turkey-Brazil matchup, which is going to be very explosive also in the community and on Twitter. I can't wait to see that. But what do you think are the realistic expectations for this CBLOL for paiN Gaming at MSI?
So like my expectations are not that high, you know. I like, because of the past year's results, I don't try to put a lot of hype and just how can I say, be frustrated after the MSI or after the words. I already have this situation a lot of times. So on the last years, I'm always okay. Let's see what we got and etc. But like we have a really great rivalry with Turkey. And for me, like, we need at least to beat the Turkey, you know. And also, like, I saw some games for I watched some games from PSG and also Mad Lions. They are really good teams, you know. I think it's really hard for paiN Gaming to beat those two teams. I think like PSG has a new bot laner, etc. They need to change a little about their roster, but they still gonna be like a really good team, you know. And like I said a lot of times for my viewers, etc. Like, guys, Mad Lions just beat like G2. They beat like G2. They beat Rogue in the finals. It's not like it's not like the same team. INTZ almost beat twice in the last year. You know, it's not the same team. It's a really way better team. So I'm not have like a lot of expectation. I think I'll be happy if you got at least with like in front of the Wildcats.
Yes.
But we always is gonna we always will dream, you know, with some,
of course,
I don't know, going to the group phase, etc. That would be amazing. That would be really great. There is a meme going on in Brazil right now. It's really great. Like a Brazilian fan, they reply Tinos with like a tweet like saying the Mad Lions are really bad, and people are like, yeah, and people like memeing about it, like how can I say, like copying and pasting, you know, the tweet. I'm gonna translate for you. It's like, team, really watch the games from Mad Lion this year. This guy sucks. No kidding. That top laner with Nar, he's like bizarre. Just watching his games, he has a lot of mistakes. Man, you guys can win against them pretty well. Just watch the games. Like,
right. So that one fan is being memed a lot.
Yeah, we have some people like me that I'm not hyping a lot. You know, I'm like, hey guys, Mad Lions is a good team. PSG is a really good team. Let's see whatever is happening and etc. But let's support whatever happened as well. And there is another Brazilian that we love to win. So the guys already like put in his mind the Mad Lions are really bad. paiN Gaming are going to crush Mad Lions.
I think it's called Copium, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like this guy, he wasn't miming. He was like
Yeah, he was
saying
serious.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, he was just
Well,
serious. But like Tino's retweeted and just
mhm.
became a meme, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Well, it's always good to dream, obviously, but I think it's also important to set realistic expectations with which I wanted to do with you. Thank you so much for doing so. Thank you very much, Eric, for joining me. If people want to find the content of Mais Esports, I'll put a link to the Twitter in the description below as well as Eric, so you can follow him there. It is all gonna be in Portuguese though, so if you happen to be speaking Portuguese, then be sure to check that content out. Thank you so much for joining me, Eric, and I look forward to seeing you excitedly tweet hopefully about paiN Gaming.
Okay, thank you so much, Tom, for this conversation, and thank you everyone that watched it. And just go to maisports.com.br if you know some Portuguese. Obrigado.